Hello guys, Jonas here, and today in this video of Cookie Run Kingdom, I'm here to present you guys with arena team suggestions and toppings guide as well. First of all, I would love to give a big shout out and special thanks to this amazing guy known as Whisk Takers for providing detailed information on arena contents in the Discord channel. And I'm gonna be using his data, or let's say his feedbacks, in order to inform you guys on what sort of team formation would be really helpful for you guys in the arena battles out there. Alright, so I'm gonna be discussing about the stun formation, the pomegranate deck formation, vampire deck formation, 3 DPS deck formation, snipe deck formation, and the crit deck formation. Alright, so first of all, let's start with the stun deck. I'm also gonna be telling you guys like what sort of toppings would be really helpful to the cookies that I'm gonna be mentioning. Alright, so anyways, first of all, let's start with the stun deck, and the first unit that we are going to discuss is definitely going to be this Ginger Brave cookie. Who knew? Common cookie unit is actually going to make it out here. Alright, first of all, the most advantageous thing about him is that like you will be able to easily max him out. I've already got him 5-star grade upgraded. Alright, so with this advantage you can definitely be quite effective out there. Looking into his skill out here, guys, you can actually knock out the opponents out there with his really fast skill recharge out there, which only cools down in just 8 seconds, which is too good. Alright, so definitely would want to equip him with more swift choco cookie, or let's say swift chocolate cookie, for faster cooldowns of his skills, and he will be much effective in the battlefield out there in knocking back the opponents and creating a distance for your stunning cookies to be quite effective in the battlefield out there. The next cookie that is quite vital to this formation is gonna be the dark choco cookie as well. All right, this guy is good everywhere. In every kind of formation he is present because he's damn awesome. First of all, he's very tanky. He has a lot of HP defense points, and on top of that one, he has this really good utility that decreases the defense of the opponents by 20%. That will further improve the DPS output of your teammates against your opponents. All right, you will be able to deal a lot of damage out there and possibly even annihilating your opponents before they can wink their eyes. Okay, that's how fast it actually becomes. So that is so good, isn't it? And the 13-second cooldown is a very good topping out there as well, meaning like he can keep on using his skill very frequently out there. And when it comes to the toppings, you can actually either go with the damage resist, or you can actually go with the mixture of the HP boost as well as the defense boost out here, which is going to be really helpful to your dark choco cookie in any possible way. All right, so that's gonna be it. Next is gonna be the espresso cookie. I mean, like, who does not know this amazing dude? All right, this espresso cookie can deal some major AoE damage to the opponents out there, and before you know it, he is going to take care of all your opponents out there just like that, provided that you have really good attack stats and very good other stats built up on your espresso cookie. He will be able to deal some insane damage, especially with this raspberry toppings equipped on him. All right, it's going to allow him to deal a lot of damage out there, AoE damage that's going to get rid of the opponents smoothly, easily. He is going to erase all of the opponents very swiftly from the battlefield out there. That's the espresso cookie, very good at dealing major damage. And the other DPS unit that you might actually want to use in the team is first definitely going to be the cherry cookie. I mean, like, we are talking about the stun deck, right? And one of the really good stunner out there is definitely going to be the cherry cookie. When you stun the opponent, not only that you are going to interrupt their casting time, yes, their skill casting can actually be affected out there as well. It can be cancelled if you can stun them on the timely manner, and on top of that one, during the stun duration, they will not be able to take any kind of actions during their turn, which is so good as well. All right, and this cherry cookie can deal some AoE damage. On top of that one, stunning AoE opponents out there as well. That is so cool. All right, cherry cookie being a very essential and vital part of the stun deck. You can actually go with the other units, like let's say licorice cookie, in order to summon the minions, like 3 of them, which can soak in a lot of damage and also intake a lot of other like status effects from the opponents out there as well, and that can actually provide some extra sustenance to your team. And on top of that one, guys, licorice cookie is gonna provide that 20% increase in defense for all the allies, and his damage is pretty insane as well. Pretty good damage output over there with only 14-second cooldown on his skill, and that makes him even more effective. Okay, this guy is a charming unit in your team. Next is gonna be the ladder cookie. This girl, oh my god, this girl is so damn amazing. Not only that, she deals really high damage, and on top of that one, whenever she is done with dealing the damage to the opponents out there, she's also going to cast silence on them, and during that period the opponents will not be able to use their active skills, which is so freaking good in the arena context, man. Doing damage and also depriving them from using their own skill is so good. It's really sweet, and I would say this is the only cookie so far right now in order to silence the opponents out there, and that makes it a very unique and very powerful cookie out there. And now, the another cookie that is so vital towards your stun team is definitely going to be the Tiger Lily cookie. The Tiger Lily cookie can stun the opponents out there for a total of 3 seconds, which is so cool. She can jump on her Buttercup Tiger and deal some really heavy damage out there as well. So for a stun team, definitely the Tiger Lily cookie is going to be a great thing out there. And the topping that you should provide to her is going to be the Swift Chocolate topping. That's going to improve her cooldown rate, and definitely she will be able to spam more like skills on the opponents and possibly stunning them over and over again. Whereas for the espresso cookie and the ladder cookie, please try to go with the raspberry cookie for extra attack damage against the opponents out there. It's gonna work like charm. Okay, so that's gonna be it. And now, when we are talking about the Pomegranate deck, yes, let's move on to the next type of team formation that can be really helpful in your arena battles. The first hero unit that you can actually use in the Pomegranate deck is definitely going to be the Dark Choco cookie, and you can provide the damage resist toppings on him to make him more effective out there. Alright, and then you can pick the ladder cookie for some extra damage as well as silence, and that can be really helpful to control your opponents as well as making them dead as soon as possible. All right, and next is gonna be the herb cookie. Okay, in the Pomegranate deck, or let's say in the Pomegranate team, definitely with the herb cookie you can actually keep on providing a lots and lots of heals to your team, and with that one it seems as if like your team is never gonna die. Herb cookie is the best healer out there. Nobody can really come to his level when it comes to healing. He just heals all of them, and not only that, he can even purify, meaning like he's going to remove all the debuffs from the allies and make them even more effective out there in the battlefield. So yes, having herb cookie in your team is very essential, and the Pomegranate herself, who can actually heal and also at the same time provide those 20% attack boost to your allies, and that can actually deal some heavy damage to the opponents out there, guys. This is so good. Pomegranate cookie, a really good utility out there, and most of the players really do love using Pomegranate out there in the team. Okay, the meta is kind of revolving around the Pomegranate. That's what the people out there say. Anyways, that's it and done. Now let's start talking about the DPS hero units in the Pomegranate team setup. All right, definitely you might really want to use the Vampire cookie. He's gonna be so freaking damn amazing cookie, guys. Definitely would want to equip the Raspberry cookie on him to maximize his damage. The amount of single target nuking damage is, I think, the highest out there. 904.9% damage for my Vampire cookie right over here is freaking damn insane. And not only that one, he's going to absorb the 15% of the damage out there, meaning like he is really good at sustaining his own health as well, and that makes him a very interesting unit out there. Being able to just one-shot the rarest opponent, usually, you know, like whenever it's either it's a herb or it's a Pomegranate or it's espresso that is actually hiding behind the tanky shield in your opponent team, you will be able to get rid of those pesky units right away, and his cooldown is pretty amazing as well. 13-second cooldown, and you will be able to use his skill over and over again, and that makes him pretty lethal out there. He's so good when it comes to really dealing single target nuking damages. And next is gonna be the Rye cookie. It was my mistake for underestimating this girl at first, but man, later on she actually came to make me realize that how good she really is. With her barrage of bullets, she can actually knock the shit out of the opponents so fast, okay? Just to get rid of your opponents right away is actually going to provide a humongous advantage in the battlefield right off the bat, and that's what the right cookie really provides. Her amount of damage is really good, and she really nukes a lot of shots on a single target, making them fly out of the battlefield just like that. It's too easy to defeat your opponents with the right cookie on your hand, and she is so flashy as well. All right, and that's the right cookie. And finally, when it comes to the damage dealer, definitely you might really want to bring the espresso cookie for major AoE damage and also to control your opponents as soon as possible. Okay, and she can really, I mean, like, he can really pull all the opponents to its epicenter and making it possible for your other hero units to unleash more accurate damage on the opponents. All right, so that's the espresso cookie out there. And now let's talk about the another arena team composition, and that's going to be known as the vampire deck. And the first hero, or let's say the first cookie on the list, is definitely going to be the a dark choco cookie, as he is going to be the main tank of the team. Definitely you might really want to provide this HP or this defense toppings out there, or the damage resist toppings out there, and that's going to help him to tank in a lot of damage, and also at the same time in the regular intervals keep on reducing the defense of the opponents by 20%, so that you can squeeze in more DPS against the opponents out there. And that is the great advantage of having dark choco cookie in your team. And the next damage dealer is definitely going to be our espresso cookie, being able to deal major AoE damage. And the another cookie is definitely going to be latte cookie, being able to deal major AoE damage plus silence on the opponents out there, making them unable to use their active skills. Pretty good. And try to give her the attack toppings, or let's say this raspberry toppings. That's going to help her a lot. And next is going to be the licorice cookie out here, providing him with the cooldown cookie, or let's say the swift chocolate cookie is going to be really fine, and it's going to allow him to keep on unleashing or summoning him more of those minions out there in order to soak in more damage and to provide extra sustenance to your team, while also improving the defense of your team out there. And definitely having the herb cookie is a really great advantage in the vampire deck as well. You definitely want to have some heal, and herb cookie really does provide that to you guys. And having herb cookie really makes your team a pretty much immortal team. All right, with him around, your team can really keep on expecting some major heal out there. That's gonna help you turn the tides around. All right, next is gonna be the vampire cookie. He's definitely going to be a very amazing pick when it comes to dealing some major damage against the opponents out there. Just being able to take care, or let's say getting rid of a certain opponent right over there, just like that. I mean, like, if you just can even kill one cookie from the opponent team right away, that's going to provide a humongous advantage to your teammates right away. And that's what vampire cookie is specializing on. Okay, with that insane damage dealt, 904.9% for me. That's insane, guys, with just 13-second cooldown. And the next formation is going to be the 3 DPS deck, meaning like you have 3 damage dealers. That's going to provide you guys so much fun. All right, definitely for this deck you gotta have one really good tank, and that's gonna be the dark choco cookie. He is actually going to tank all day long and also decrease the defense of the opponents by 20%, so that you can squeeze in more DPS damage against the opponents out there. And the next is definitely going to be the espresso cookie. If you really are looking forward for some really good damage, espresso cookie is always gonna be out there to give you some really good options. All right, next is definitely going to be the latte cookie. Not only just AoE damage, but also to silence your opponents is going to be playing a vital role in the battlefield out there. Next is going to be the herb cookie. Not just only the damage, but you also need to keep on providing yourself with really sustaining heals, right? And herb cookie really does provide you guys with a very good option of healing your team time and time over and over again, making your team pretty much immortal. And next is going to be the rye cookie. Oh my god, this girl is really flashy, providing a lot of single target nuking damages, and that is going to be so cool. With the raspberry toppings, definitely is going to be a really great help. And when it comes to the snipe deck, meaning like you just want to get rid of the opponents one by one real fast, okay, so that you can get the advantage in the battlefield right away, I would say first of all try to go with the dark choco cookie in order to provide some really good sustenance to your team. Damage resist toppings is going to be a really great help, and you gotta have a really good healer as well to sustain your team, and that's going to be the herb cookie to provide a really good heal to your team. And now let's start talking about some really good damage boost, and that is going to be provided by the pomegranate. That 20% attack boost is going to be pretty magical and pretty insane. All right, and when it comes to sniping, we are talking about single target nukers, and who is better than the rye cookie herself? She is so good at single target sniping. A lot of bullets from her single, like her barrel of guns, and that is going to get rid of the opponent one by one. All right, and same goes with the vampire cookie, being able to deal some massive single target nuking damage. That's like, wow, more than 900% damage on a single target is just too cool. All right, just being able to get rid of your opponents right away in the battlefield is going to be a really great help. And finally, when it comes to the crit deck, the Lost Team Formation in the arena content is going to be the critical striking teammates. All right, the first is definitely going to be the dark choco cookie for providing that sustenance to your team, plus decreasing your opponent's defense by 20%. Next is going to be the herb cookie to provide that healing and sustenance to your team, and the most crucial cookie that you might really want to include in your team is definitely going to be the sparkling cookie. Why? Because he improves the critical hit rate of your allies. 15% critical rate boost. That is so good. If you manage to deal critical damage to the opponents, the damage can be pretty much insane. All right, and he also comes up with really good healing as well, which actually goes hand on hand with the herb cookie. And finally, let's talk about the DPS unit, and it's definitely going to be the rye cookie and the vampire cookie. All right, vampire cookie and rye cookie both will work really fine with the raspberry toppings for those extra attacks, heavy damage dealers, and the sparkling cookie will be really fine with the cooldown, or let's say the swift chocolate toppings, and that's going to provide him a lot of frequent cooldowns on his skills, so that he can keep on using his skills over and over again. All right, and finally for the herb cookie, try to go with the attack toppings, or let's say this raspberry toppings, so that his healings will be a major healing. All right, because like his healing is depending upon the attack stat. Higher the attack stat of our herb cookie, the more healing he's going to provide. So those are the 6 arena team suggestions that I have just provided, and all thanks to the whisk takers who actually came up with these formations in the first place. I would really love to shout out to him and give a really good thanks to him, guys, for providing such really detailed information out there. All right, so with this in mind, definitely you will have much easier time in dominating your opponents in the battlefield out there. All right, so let's try to do one more battle out here, and let's see how it goes on, guys. All right, just try to go with those treasures that will decrease the defense of your opponents and also improve the attack of your allies, or let's say the crit rate of your allies, and that's going to be really helpful, guys. All right, it's going to really provide some really good fun to your team. Oh my god, I think I might actually lose this battle. That is not good. Come on. Oh, come on. Shit. Seems like the opponent got the better out of me. Oh my god, that is so sad. That is really sad. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. This game is so heavily based on the RNGs, alright? Sometimes RNG is totally on your side, and sometimes the RNG is really gonna screw you up, alright? So that is what is the true fact of this game out there. And with that said, guys, I would say this is it for today, and see you guys in the next video. All right, so but before that one, let's just see like how the opponents will bite the dust. Can I actually make them bite the dust out there? Oh my god, come on, more skills. Oh shit.